Hey, I want to say welcome to the Black Financial Channel. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to also let you guys know that if you stick around to the end of the video, I will share a stock with you that I am buying that I believe is going to do well in the future. So hang out for a second, and I'll get you guys invested. I wanted to hop in for a minute. We're about to start class in a little bit. And in fact, I'll also tell you how to join us in class if you want to join us. We do economic consciousness training every single morning in the Black Business School. We do this 7 days a week. We've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these lectures on economics. So if your goal is to make more money and to understand money, my PhD is in money. And so that's what I do. I love to help you. But anyway, I'll give you the information on how to join us if you would like to join us. But I wanted to mention something really quick. I just read an article by Mark Cuban, the billionaire. Give me a yes if you follow Cuban, if you know a little bit about him, and Shark Tank. If you've ever watched an episode of Shark Tank, give me a yes. El Haj, I see El Haj and Tony in here. And let me know if you can hear me also. If you can't hear me or something, just let me know, because sometimes my audio is a little weird. Let me know if you guys watch Shark Tank or any episodes of it. Well, Shark Tank is a very popular show. It's been around for probably 25 years or more. And Shark Tank is kind of like this place where it appears that dreams come true, right? It's a place where you watch it and you see these people become instant millionaires, or so it appears. And they seem to make all this money, and they make investing look very easy and very, very exciting. Well, on one hand, Shark Tank, the benefit to society that Shark Tank has is that it does increase interest in investing. But there's also a darker side to Shark Tank that I don't think the public is aware of. And Mark Cuban revealed some of this. And I wanted to, it was so interesting to me that I wanted to come in and actually talk to you guys about this really quick before class. And it says here that in MSN, it says Mark Cuban became a billionaire by starting and selling multiple businesses. However, he gained fame by appearing on the hit TV show Shark Tank by ABC. However, in a 2022 interview, Cuban revealed that his broad suite of investments on the show had made a net loss, a loss. So he says, I've gotten beat. He says that he's deployed $20 million into 85 different companies on 111 episodes. And he says that he's actually lost money. He has not made money collectively on all these investments. Now, first off, let me ask you all a quick question. Give me a yes if that surprises you a little bit. How many of you are a little bit shocked by that? Like, give me a yes if this is shocking that Mark Cuban, who's been on 111 episodes, spent, probably hundreds, if not thousands of hours with he and his team doing due diligence on these companies and on these investments, that he actually lost money on these moves. Give me a yes if that's shocking to you. I'm going to tell you, I was a little bit surprised. I was definitely taken aback. But based on what I know about startup businesses, none of it surprised me. My brother's in venture capital, and I think that a lot of people don't understand it, because venture capital is it has a lot to do with Black-owned businesses, because a lot of your Black-owned businesses are basically new ventures that not only are extremely high risk, but they are heavily and significantly underfunded, which all that does is it adds the risk. It adds even more risk than before. Right? It's like you're going to Antarctica, and so survival in Antarctica is already hard, but you're going to Antarctica in swimming trunks or a bikini. That's what you're doing. Like, that's kind of what it is. That's what sort of is happening with a lot of Black-owned businesses, and this is why I wanted to have this discussion. And in fact, I'm not going to get a chance to really flesh it out the way I want to, but I really wanted to. It was so urgent to me in my head that I said, Boyce, I want to have this conversation before we start class, because if I don't, I'll forget. I'll get busy. There's a lot of stuff going on. So here's the deal. What Mark Cuban is revealing is that a lot of times the way we go about investing, pie in the sky dreams, like I'm going to go put my life savings in my cousin's liquor store and it's going to make us all rich. That does not work. I'm not saying it never works. Just like, if I say putting, your whole life into trying to become a hit rapper or an NBA player, I can't say it never works, because there are real NBA players who have real money. I can't say that no one ever becomes a famous rapper and makes a lot of money, because somebody does. I'm saying that the odds of success can be really, really difficult and really, really low. And the way people approach startup investing or early stage investing, or getting onto the cap table, I know Jay-Z use that term cap table a lot. They sort of I think that there's a misassessment of the amount of risk that you're taking when you do that. I studied risk a lot in my doctoral program under a guy named Renee Stoltz. You can look him up. His last name is Stulz. He's one of the leading risk management experts on the planet. He tortured me in my PhD program by making me proofread his book on how to manage risk, how to assess risk. So while I'm not as good at understanding risk as he was, I can certainly say that I've spent a lot of time thinking about risk because risk is very natural in terms of the experience of a Black man. I've been a Black man my whole life, which in itself is extremely risky. I navigated the 90s in the era of mass incarceration. So I had to be very conscious, very financially conscious, and just conscious in general of the situations I put myself into, who I got in the car with, who my friends were. So risk has always been something I thought a lot about in terms of life, but specifically when you talk about it in terms of investing, I think that a misunderstanding of risk plagues the Black community when it's time for us to figure out how to build wealth in this thing. A lot of people fear investing because they didn't understand the risk of what they were investing in. And so they made the investment, took the plunge, lost their shirt, and said, okay, investing's bad or it's a scam. Well, investing is not a scam. The investment you made might have been a scam, especially if you have been romanticized into these get rich quick scenarios that get sold to the masses. So-and-so started a cookie company and now their cookies are in Walmart and they're making millions of dollars. Or, single mom starts, a credit repair business and just made her first 10 million, right? These very inspirational stories that you see online that drive people to invest don't always show you the complete underbelly of all the things that can happen when you make these major plunges, these major risks. Or even Damon Dash. I spent a lot of time with Damon Dash. I love this guy. We worked together a lot on some stuff. I met him because Charlemagne called me to go on the Breakfast Club right after his interview, where he did a great job of explaining why everyone, especially Black men, should look into owning their own business. I agreed with that. But the difference with Dame is that, and you're seeing some of this a little bit in terms of some of the cracks in his persona that have been happening lately, is that Dame loves to take risks. He loves to use this term, bet it all. I bet it all. I just want to bet it all. And that's gambling terminology. And you have to be really careful about that, because if you bet it all, then you have a chance that you could lose it all. So when you're talking about investing, I want everyone to be aware and conscious of a concept that I would like to give you, which would be healthy investing. Healthy investing is not where you bet it all. Healthy investing is not where you put your life savings into one great idea that your cousin came up with. Healthy investing is not where somebody sends you an email. Anybody got those emails that say like, well, we got to bless the community. And so if you put in $100 and I put in $100 and you get two people to put in $100, then we'll all have $10,000. Anybody seen those? Anybody get those emails? And people will think that they're investing. They'll say, we're building wealth for the community. We're building generational wealth. They'll use that term, generational wealth. It's been misused extensively. They'll use that term, generational wealth, to pretty much get you to invest in what is basically a Ponzi scheme. And this happens a lot. And this is happening more. It's going to start happening more because right now crypto's taken off. You've got the stock market taking off. You got money sort of raining out of the sky. And what that does is it creates fantasies. It gets people really excited because money leads to dopamine injections inside your brain, which make you feel good. Making money is as good as having sex. And I know y'all love sex and y'all love money. And there's nothing wrong with either one of those things. But also with both of those things, there is such an idea of risk management that has to be applied, because if you don't manage your risk as you engage in these things, then you end up like Tiger Woods or something and losing $500 million because you let things get out of control. So with Mark Cuban's statement about Shark Tank, I love the fact that he made that statement and admitted that he lost money from that 20 million he put in. Think about this. These are smart people who are being presented with some of the best ideas, who are putting millions of dollars behind these ideas, who have brilliant teams that are helping to manage these investments. How in the hell are they losing money? How did that happen? Well, because investing is risky. Startup investing is very risky. A lot of you have startups. You have startup ideas. You have people in your family that are saying, "Hey, give me all the money from your 401k, and so I can pursue my dream." Good investing cannot start and end with a dream. Good investing has to be laced in reality on some level. There are ways that you can invest safely and significantly reduce your odds of losing money. Diversification, that's the most important rule of investing. You never put all your eggs in one basket. There are different things you can do. Some of you that are doing things with us with stock options. I like selling stock options because I don't lose a lot of money selling stock. Even when things go bad, I don't lose very much. I just because I'm a bird in the hand kind of person. I'll take one bird in the hand over 10 birds in the bush. If something sounds too good to be true, I assume that it probably is. So don't ever come to me. I get pitched all the time. I go around the world and people pitch me their ideas and I listen to all of them. And you'd be amazed how often I hear somebody tell me that they have an idea that's going to transform the entire Black community and all they need to do is raise $5 million. And I listen and I say, good luck with that, but you're not going to get my money because I'm not here to roll the dice. And this is as much as I love Dame Dash, and I told him this. When we work together a lot, we don't work together as much, but anymore. But when we work together a lot, I told him, I said, I love you and I respect you, but I'm not a person that wants to bet at all because I got a family. I got to protect my assets. Just like in football, the most important job of a quarterback is not to throw the ball down the field. It's not to run the ball. It's not to score touchdowns. The most important job of the quarterback is to protect the ball. So my point in this is that the Mark Cuban interview is important to me because it shows you that shows like Shark Tank are great for entertainment. They make a lot of money getting people interested in these really creative investing ideas, and I think that that's fine. But don't think for a second that these people are just going on that show and walking away super rich or getting rich overnight, or that every investment that they make is working. Venture capital, early stage investing in startups is extremely risky. So if you invest in a startup, I encourage you to be extremely cautious. I encourage you not to bet at all. And I encourage you to prepare yourself to possibly lose. A lot of people will invest in something. Someone will present an idea. It'll sound really great. They'll get excited about it. And then next thing you know, they're investing money that they cannot afford to lose. And then when it doesn't work out, they're sad and heartbroken. But that's the game. That's how it works. So if you also want to know my preference when it comes to investing, I've invested in a lot of startup investments in the Black community. And I did it mostly because I wanted to be supportive, not because I thought this was the thing that was going to change my life. The things that have changed my life are selling stock options. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that. Buying stock in solid companies that have a track record of knowing how to make money. Buying real estate. Real estate has been nice, even though real estate has not been as profitable historically as stocks. I'm actually going to talk about that in class. I'm going to break that down. And in fact, I'll put the number here. If you want to join us in class, we do this every morning. You can text the word morning on your phone to 87948, and I'll send you a link to join us in the private Zoom. Or you can go to b1moneytips.com. So text the word morning to the phone number 87948, and I'll invite you. We're going to start class in 7 minutes, so I got to end this video. But I wanted to talk about this Mark Cuban thing because I love the fact that he was honest with people, because so many people watch these shows and they just get into the fantasy of it all. It's almost like marriage, like there are people that fantasize about being married because they think every single day is like, hot sex and rainbows and chocolate cake. But then there are people that know the reality of marriage. And I love, another friend of mine, Ice Cube, did a really good job of explaining that marriage is something that you have to want. It's something that comes with a lot of ups and downs. It comes with a lot of challenges that if you're not prepared for that, then you really shouldn't even try to do it, right? So I would say the same thing about investing. I'll admit, I don't do a lot of early stage startup investing. And if I do, it's like I'll drop a sprinkle of money in there. I'm not putting the bulk of my wealth behind an idea. And there's a big difference between an idea that's unproven versus an idea that's been executed and someone has put energy into it and someone's been investing in that thing and the idea is already making money. Businesses that are already making money are typically the best investments. The ones that haven't made money yet are just an idea. Anybody can come up with an idea. Anybody can come up with an idea. But very few people can refine an idea, execute that idea, fund that idea and put 10,000 hours of labor into making that idea into a reality. And I think it's important to know the difference between a real investment that took discipline, sacrifice, and commitment versus an idea somebody had when they woke up out of bed. That, and actually in my book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, I refer to that as economic immaturity. Economic immaturity is when you haven't actually gone through the process. It's like the difference between a congressman who wants to declare war, but he's never been in the military. So for him, war is like a fantasy. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go bomb them because we got the best ships and planes and tanks. It's a game for him. But if you talk to a soldier who served in Vietnam, he's going to say, no, 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 we need to think about this before we go to war because the price is higher than you probably think that it is. So when it comes to economics, I think that your goal and the goal for your children should be to become economic warriors, go through some experiences, go through those ups and downs, be committed, stay with it. And then after a while, you'll kind of gain a groundedness and an understanding that is disconnected from pie in the sky, quick money, overnight money fantasies that get sold to you on the internet. There's a lot of that happens online, and it's something that bothers me, but I don't talk much about it. I'd rather focus on what's real. All right, now we're about to go. Class starts in 4 minutes. If you want to join us, you can text, pull out your phone, write this down. Text the word morning to the phone number 87948. You got to do this on your phone. You cannot do this on. Some people will type 87948 in the chat, or they'll type morning in the chat. They think that I can't do that because my channels don't work right. So if you want to do this, you got to do this on your phone. So to the phone number 87948, text the word morning. I'm literally going to send you guys an invitation in about 2 minutes because we're about to start class, and we'll continue some of this conversation. And also, by the way, I mentioned that I would give you guys a stock that I like. The stock I'm going to buy is a company called Hive, Hive. That's the ticker symbol. So feel free to look up Hive. It's in the financial services sector. And there's a belief that this stock could be underpriced. It's Hive Digital Technologies. I'm literally buying some shares of that stock right now. So anyway, guys, have a good day. God bless you. Also, don't forget, I have a podcast on Spotify. I have 2 of them. One is called Dr. Boyce Daily Stock Market, where I break down the stock market and what's going on every day. So you can check Spotify. And then also there's the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. So feel free to follow some Black-owned media on Spotify. We're independent, so we don't get any corporate support, any celebrity sponsorship, no government stuff. So we don't do celebrities. We don't do government. We don't do corporations. We just do what's real. And I keep it black. That's just what I believe in. So God bless you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with us. Talk to you later. Peace.